Hey guys, how y'all doing? My name is Will. I run CSharp engineering walkthroughs, and in today's workshop I want to continue with what I've been doing, building this card game for Windows PC, this 2D card game. And yeah, we're going to hop straight in, guys. Once again, like I always say, it's going to be a really chill stream. I'm just going to be doing my coding, going to kind of be walking through my thought processes as I'm developing this code. In the previous episode, you know what? Instead of just saying it, I'm going to just run the program. I'm really hoping things are a bit more smooth. I opened all my apps beforehand, kind of did a bit of a test run, so things are kind of smooth. I got more apps open this time because we might be dealing with audio. So I might be doing some audio programming. That probably be towards the end of the stream because I really want to nail down the game mechanics stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh all our memories. I'm going to run this program without debugging. So this is where I got up to from yesterday. I'm just going to load Visual Studio, and there it is at the back. I'm just going to put it at the front. And where we got up to is that we have the board. We have our simple XAML set up here. Start game, set and raise. None of the game mechanics have been programmed just as yet. But what I've done is that when you start the game, then the game actually deals the banker's hand and your hand. So I'm just going to start that and show you guys. It takes a couple seconds and then it loads. And as you can see, got my placeholder assets. I'm probably going to be updating these assets in the future. As soon as I'm done with the core mechanics, I'm going to be, just literally replacing the files so that it's just a quick swap of the files and then the assets are improved. But yeah, so this is all randomly generated. The way the game works, just to refresh our memory, with this game, I made it up, it's called Bank. It's purely a game, 99% luck based, and the way it works, you have to challenge the banker. You're at the bottom, the banker's at the top, and basically, the banker's the CPU, right? So the banker will deal your card, the banker will deal his own cards, and then there's a middle card in the playing field here in the middle, and then you have to either raise or set to guess which card is higher than the last card. So then you have to guess, okay, the Jack of Hearts is here, and there's no sort of, right now I haven't planned for the suits to be different to each other, so all the suits are the same for now in terms of the programmatic value of the suits. I'll probably change that later down the line. For now, it's just the numerical value of the cards that makes the difference. But I think it's worth having something to do with the suits. I'll look into implementing that later. It shouldn't be too difficult to do, especially if I stick to just two suits. I've got hearts and clubs. And so for example here, Jack of Hearts. Let's just say Jack of Hearts. I have to guess, do I raise or do I set? Is the next card going to be higher or lower than the Jack of Hearts? And then this is technically like card number 11, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's like 10, Jack, Queen, and King, if I'm not mistaken. So I hit raise or set. So this is what we're going to program today. We're going to actually program the mechanic that deals with the raising and the setting. And if you're correct, you get cash payout. If you're wrong, you actually get a penalty. So you subtract cash. I'm going to have the HUD updated as well. And then there's another feature, well, another game feature called a turn. So at the end of seven guesses, then you have what's known as the turn. I have it written down on my notes. Let's see if I can find it. So the turn is when you choose to reveal one card from your face down hand, and it's a direct challenge to the banker, right? So I'm thinking of making turns optional, such that you can go through the whole game just raising and setting without challenging the banker. Because when you challenge the banker, what happens is that you get a higher payload, right? You get a higher payout of cash. So it's kind of a risk versus reward sort of like setup. Thinking of making an optional thing so people can, players can consider if they want to challenge the bank or if they don't want to challenge the bank. If you want to kind of go hard or go home, that sort of mentality. So we're going to program that hopefully today. We're going to get to that. And let me quickly scroll down. I divided the game into states, and we're going to look at programming a state machine for this. I think a state machine is probably like the most optimal way of kind of segregating the scenarios in the game. Have you noticed, I'll quickly just go into a bit of a tangent. If you've ever played a game like Legend of Zelda, you start off in the Kokiri Forest. you cannot go from the Kokiri Forest unless you do those like cool speedrun glitch hack thingies. But you cannot venture from Kokiri Forest to Ganondorf's Tower, like straight off the bat. That's because there are these constraints known as states. And that scene, the Kokiri Forest, is constrained to what that state is, to what that scenario will allow the player to play. So I can't just like go from Kokiri Forest tutorial section, venture to Hyrule Field, and then venture out to Ganon's Castle. In fact, those other later game states, those end game states, are not even loaded into the program yet. So I'm going to take from that playbook of states for my very, very simple game here. So for like states for the splash screen, for the main menu, dealing the cards, raising a setting, turn, and game results, right? So I kind of counted out 5 or 6 states if you include the splash screen. So we're going to look at that. And I'm going to look at how to deal with face up with face down cards. Probably going to have like a list of Boolean. I think I'm going to have a list of Boolean to kind of just dictate what card is up or down. It's probably going to be a parallel list, so it's going to be a secondary list that's parallel to the cards themselves. I could probably use a dictionary. I could probably use a vector 2 or vector 3 or something, but I'm going to just use 2 lists for this. Yeah, we're gonna get started, guys. Card values. Oh yeah, I think it's quite important to note the way I'm doing this is that I am loading the cards chronologically on disk. So basically, the way the cards are stored, they're like chronologically, sort of like numerically ordered from the lowest card to the strongest card, or the highest numbered cards. So it's easier for me to compute. It's not just randomly loaded in disk, right? This just means that if I want to differentiate between the King of Hearts, say, and then the Ace of Clubs, because the Ace of Clubs is a lesser numerical value than the King, right? King is like, what? There's 10, 11, 12, 13. So Ace is technically number 1, if you look at it like that. So how do I tell the program that Ace of Clubs is not actually numerically higher than the King of Hearts? Well, I'm considering 2 ways to approach this situation. I'm considering using the modulo operator, which is a wraparound function, a wraparound operator, which you kind of do to deal with remainders. If you have like calculations that deal with remainders, I think if I implement my modulo arithmetic in the right way, I might be able to wrap around my list every time I hit when I go from one suit to the next, so that I can technically calculate on a one-dimensional list 2 separate types of information stored, right? So I'm kind of thinking of doing it like that. So I think that's enough talk for now. I'm gonna get straight into the coding now. So I thought I would just preface what I'm about to do, a little bit of the talk. So let's have a look here. So I already have like logic for shuffling the deck in my update video. But some of the cards have to be face down on the player hand, so I need to deal. I think it might be a good place to start if I deal with the orientation of the cards, which I said I was going to do a Boolean list. Let's see if I can get that implemented quickly. I've even got it already done. In terms of the list, it's already here. I did it from the last stream actually. So card orientation, set card orientation, they're all set to false. So I've actually set all the cards to face down. Let me look at my, do I have my console art up? Oh, I don't even have my paint.net up, that's annoying. I should have set that already. No worries, I have to just kind of be creative here. I don't want to, ooh. I'm pressing things. Let's check something. So that is dealing with my MIDI keyboard. I was playing music in the background on my keyboard on accident, one of the presets, and I just wanted to make sure I turned it off. Of course I muted the audio on the OBS so it doesn't just like play out. Okay, sweetness. So what are we doing now? So I need to make sure the orientation of the cards reflects how the cards are drawn on the screen. Because as you saw, there was only like one face down card, which was the card that was on the field. That was hard coded, so we're gonna deal with things. So the only cards that should be face up is the one card on the active card on the middle of the screen and the banker's hand. That should be at the beginning. Those should be the only face up cards. So the way I want to implement this, I have my public list of orientation, card orientation for the player. I need card orientation for the banker, and they're all going to be set to true. But in practicality, the banker's hand is never actually supposed to be face down, but I think it's worth programming the feature anyway, because you never know. And for the sake of like consistency. I'll go ahead and change that to banker. I had these in the last stream. My Visual Studio took a minute to warm up or so, so it was a little slow at the start if you remember from yesterday, but it did get quicker later on as I warmed up Visual Studio. So set card orientation player. I might as well just change this function set card orientation. I'm not even calling the function yet. That's really weird. I thought there'd be a reference. Now set the banker's card orientation to true for all the cards. And it's just going to be a simple if check at the draw call logic realm, at the domain of the draw call. And if the draw call, if the if predicate, if the if check finds that it's a boolean true, then I just draw the card. I force the draw call to be a face up card, like this. The algorithm ensues. However, if it's a boolean false for face down, then I force the draw call to draw one, either a red or a blue face down card. I think that might work quite smoothly. So all the bankers' cards should be face up. Don't have to worry about that. But the player cards need to be face down. Okay. So I've set all the cards to face down for the player. So I'm going to go to my draw loop, and I'm going to add an if condition for the player hand. So when I'm dealing the player hand, so this is technically a game state, and I do have to deal with game state, so maybe it's worth me, I want to make another class that has like enumerated list of game states. I always forget how to construct enumerated lists. It's such a simple thing, but I don't bother to remember, I just copy it. But it's not difficult, the syntax is not hard. Let me just quickly check if I've got something here from one of my other game frameworks. Where's my game state? I have to find it. I'm too lazy. Find some source code. Where's Vanguard? Arithmetic bank card, arithmetic bank. Assets? Yeah, there's cards, that case. Oh, where's the folder? Notes, cards. It's not this one. Just gonna quickly look for Vanguard. There's a piece of source code I want to use. This one here. Yeah, I want that. Just saves me some time. I'm gonna exit. I'm gonna go away from Vanguard now. I'm gonna go back to my directory for my card game. It's a bit more convenient. So grab this. Obviously, I'm gonna change these states. I'm not gonna actually use them like that. Right click and create a new class. Okay, I might as well just name this class game states. Because what I want to achieve is that if a certain state is active, then as I use the Kokiri forest example, then a scene is drawn which refers to certain preset constraints, something like that, if that kind of makes sense. And then so like, I could say Kokiri forest, so then that could be like load these graphics. And then I could say Hyrule field, so then I load another set of graphics, you know, stuff like that. So let's see. It's quite a simple concept, but it works quite well. Game states.cs, let's go with that. So I'll just wait for my class to load. Oh, here we go, it's already here. I looked away and it was loaded. So I'm going to make this public. Put my source code, but I only need like 6 states. Splash screen, main menu. Dealing states, so when I deal the cards, so if I say card dealing, card raise, raise set, so when the player chooses to raise or set, card raise set, the turn stage, and then the game results. And I think that's all I need for now. Get rid of the other ones. Oh, that's one button. So player 1, I'm gonna say, let's see, player 1 move state. Change that. I don't say player game states, but I don't want to use the same game state as the name of the class. I guess I'll just say player game state, why not? Player 1 underscore game state. That gets a bit confusing, but should be okay. Alright, sweet. So I've got splash screen, main menu, card dealing, card raising, turn stage, and game results. Get rid of that comma. Alright. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, that's already statically accessed. Okay, cool. My game state's statically accessed. That's good. Okay. Go back to here. So now I have an enumerated list representing my game states. It's all about programming the flow around my indication of state. So this is sort of like a test stage when I draw the assets, like when I RNG the cards, as you saw at the beginning of the video, beginning of the stream. So this is like a test, and I'm gonna have all of these like blocks of functionality, blocks of like drawing, rendering, and like logic in like functions, right? So I could do something like this. Let me see. My draw logic, I can have like a local function, be like draw test table, something like that. End it here. And I'm going to collapse this, so I don't have to look at it all the time. My function logic. So we send it here, back of hand. What's this logic doing again? I would want this if assets precondition for simple check. Oh, okay, this is just a check so that I don't clash with my resource loading thread. Okay, so I need everything here. Reset the player and bank of card position values. I needed that for some reason. I'm not even sure why I needed that. I didn't know I was moving them in the first place, but I guess it was important. I already forgot why, but I'll leave it there for now. So all I have to do is call this function, obviously, to use it. but I'm not going to use this function for the start. It's just a test that everything is drawing correctly and the RNG is working, which I've already tested. So I'll comment that out for now, but I'm going to leave the implementation there, of course. It might come in handy. So now, let's make another local function. But first, let's do a check. Let's do a check for game states. So I have a precondition. I don't want that comment code there, actually. And I want to see if, oh yeah, I can statically access my email, so I can go game states. 31 game state is a certain game state. So say, I guess I should start with a splash screen. Not to get too artistic, but nah, we'll start with the game logic and then we'll do the splash screen stuff afterwards. Let's do it like that. So what's the first actual game mechanic? I guess it's the main menu, because we have to select what we want to do. So main menu. Then we want to obviously not draw anything. We don't want to draw the table just yet unless it's a particular graphic we want to draw, or like any assets we want to load. So for now, I'm just going to leave it blank. Just for now, and then I'll leave a comment. Draw any assets. Yeah, basically this. There's a comment that popped up. I can draw any main menu scene elements here. And I'll do another check. And then obviously to change states, the transition between the states in this from here will be dictated by the click of the button that says start game. So I need to make sure this is by default at main menu. Although it should be splash screen, but we're going to start main menu. So if main menu, but we're going to change that to dealing state. Card dealing. Let's use this. I'm not sure if I should animate the cards per se. It might be fun to do that, so I'll have a look at that. But for now, the cards are just going to snap onto the screen. It's just quicker, and I can worry about animations afterwards. Alright, sweetness. So let's set the state by default. I guess in the constructors I could shout both canvas animate controller. Let's do it. Set the default to main menu. It's my initial game state. For now. Actually, I won't put that there. Yeah, for now it is this. Obviously I said splash screen, but maybe not even a splash screen. It's not really a game state itself. Just a loading screen per se. Of sorts. Alright, sweetness. And we want to deal with the transition. So when we hit the XAML button to start the game, then of course we want to load the events and stuff. So let's transition. Let's change the game state first. escape the card dealing. Then I invoke the core game. Now this has to be dealt. I don't want this logic here. It's actually interesting that I did that here. I don't know why I did it here. This should just be called. I'm calling it for my update class. I might as well just go to my update class and call it. In a sense, let me see how this. I need to call a function that does this. Wait, this is weird. Okay, I understand. Okay, I see why I did it like this. It just feels weird. But obviously, this is just for the placeholder table, so I need to kind of be a little bit careful about that. So put in the dealing state. I need to check out the rule set so I know what's going on. So the way I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna stick to using this kind of mini call workflow. Sorry, couldn't get my words out. But I'm gonna check for game states, which I've already set. Probably not the most optimal approach, but for now, do the job. Then I want to. So if at this point the game state is dealing, then I want to actually deal the cards themselves. And then the transitions are dealt at like game time, you know. So because there's gonna be different transitions. So first we shuffle the cards, deal to the banker, deal to the player, set field cards. Indicate draw. What's this? Indicate draw game round scene. Let me just have a look at what's doing. I'm gonna draw our cards generated. True. Okay. So are all the cards generated? Then I probably activate my draw logic so that I'm not drawing nothing. That's probably what that's for. And then if I go to the draw logic, I'm just trying to understand the workflow here. Because it was probably just that it was always trying to draw it, but obviously this is set to false before anything happens. But we're using state machine now as well, so because we're in card dealing, the draw loop will activate this logic here at this point. But we're still going to have a bit of protection logic here. So we're going to use this our cards generated logic just to make sure we don't try to draw cards that haven't been generated yet. Okay. And we need to draw the dealt cards. So the player cards are going to be face down. Let's see. Let's start with the banker cards. Which I already have the logic for that, I think. Banker's hand. So hand count, I draw the banker's hand, which is RNG. Well, they have to, yeah, they have to be face up, it's fine. That's okay. Keep it like that. I still want to do the check though, so if I go to update, what was the name of my Boolean list for orientation of cards? Card orientation banker. This hand count, is that public? It's private. Public. I've got hand count here. Kind of duplicating that, it's kind of crazy. In that case, let me just make it private. Because I'm going to get clashing. I might get clashing, I don't know. Depending on the scopes. Got code duplication going on there, not great. For all cards, I check their orientation. card orientation banker. To go through the main page reference, I think. I don't have a main page reference, I'm not sure. Should do. No? Ah, okay. Yeah, main page. Here it is. Main page reference. Oh, I didn't want that properly. For now, just might as well. Main page reference. Update class. What was the name of my booting this? Card orientation banker. At index is equal to true, and I draw face up. I'll leave a comment so I remember. Crazy how the AI knows this. If the card orientation is true, draw the card, otherwise skip it. It's crazy how it just knows. Take that card. So what we'll do else, we're gonna do the same. We're gonna draw the same like card parameters in the sense of dimension and position. But we're just gonna change the graphic out. So we're still gonna call drawing session, but instead, in this asset list, we're just gonna look for, where's the folder? We're gonna look for, where is it? We're gonna look for the right card, which will be, for the banker, is gonna be red. So it's gonna be 26, the 26 index, because I'm loading these all chronologically, so it would be indexed at number 26. So I can literally hard code that if I want for now. Notification. So where was I? Sorry guys. Where was I? Card orientation else. So asset 0, yep. Asset 0 is the first folder. And so main page reference, animate, update, banker hand. Oh, let me see. Oh, this is just an index. So this is an index to a randomized card. We're just gonna literally home in on that graphic, save that 26 in our assets folder, which is basically a canvas animated bitmap, a list of bitmaps. So we already know that at 26 is face down card, but we're not gonna even hit this because we want, it's all set to true. So we're gonna just like, unless we're testing things, all the cards are gonna be face up anyway. What does it say? Let me see. Face down. I like that. I'm gonna shoot that comment. Let me just have a look at this. Where's the rep position? Banker X, Y. Okay. And we are updating the position of the card, so we space it out accordingly. I think that's correct. So card dueling, big cards, draw the banker hand. So now we're gonna draw the player hand. I'm gonna just grab this. Field cards, we're going to deal with that after. Card orientation is true, so draw the banker hand is within that for loop. Okay. So for the hand count, which is 7, we're going to draw 7 face down cards. Now here's the thing. We need to still keep track of the value of the cards, right? I think I made a note on this. Card values. It's about let me see how I'm dealing with this. So there's a loose correlation between the index of the card and the value. As you can see, each number goes up chronologically, but it's zero index. So ace is 0, 2 is 1, 3 is 2, 4 is 3, such and so forth. And this pattern continues up to king. So there's a loose correlation. But then here's where it gets a bit complicated, because it resets back to ace between 12 and 13. So this is why I want to use modulo to wrap around the value, so I can hopefully compute the value of the cards with two different suits. So I need to, it's gonna take a bit of thought. Let's roll with this for now. Let's just draw the player's hand face down. And I need to make sure I'm still tracking values correctly. So first we'll deal with the card graphics, and I'm going to look at my update loop for the actual value of the cards, see what's going on there. How should I approach this? So we're going to use the same approach with the if condition. Grab that. For loop for the hand counts. Be a little bit careful how I do it, don't want to rush it. What I'm doing here. So if the card orientation, if the card orientation is true, what is it called? And I draw the card as needed. Let me see I want to see the logic that it suggests for me. I've already messed it up. There was some code there. Let me just try and see what it said. It's gonna come up. Let's see, event on. It's the same, about the same thing. About the same thing. Alright, I'm just back, guys. Alright, sweetness, I'm back. Okay, sweetness. I just want to see what it does. I just have to kind of vet for this. It knows that 26 is a face down card, which is quite funny. But obviously we want the blue one. Blue is 27 or 25? Blue is 27, okay, we're gonna grab that. So I'm gonna accept this code. I'm gonna take that code, I'm gonna change it to 27. New racked positions. Player position, player card. The banker ones are right too. Banker card positions, yep. Banker card positions. Player card positions. Player card position X and Y. Card width is the same, it's fine. Player position increment. Post increment, yeah, okay, cool. Post increment player card position. Okay, sweetness. And then obviously when we turn the card around, it depends on the index, and the index holds the card's like pseudo value, because again I say pseudo value because it's not 1 to 1, it's offset by 1, isn't it? So the number 1, the 2 of hearts is actually like 1 plus 1, 3 of hearts is 2 plus 1, 4 hearts is 3 plus 1, so that's the offset, is plus 1. So we have to incorporate that in the code when we want to calculate what, we want to tell the program what card is higher than the other card. It's the index plus 1. It just gets a bit weird when we get here. So with modulo, there's a there's probably a possibility that I can do 12 plus 1 modulo 13. So that will wrap around back to here. So we're going to attempt to do that. Something like that. I'm going to try that. If not, if I can't think of a solution or my solution don't work, I'm going to just stick to one suit for now. But for now, I'm going to try and implement my one-dimensional list with 2 different values via modulo. So we're going to see if that works. Okay, but before we go to calculate the modulo stuff, let's see if the drawing algorithm drew all the player cards face down. Let me just double check this. If true, else false. Let's have a look. And I'm going to make sure that all the cards are set to false for the player. Let me see. Player set to false, banker set to true. So we should see all the top cards to true and all the bottom cards to false. I'm going to run the debugging in case we hit any exceptions. I don't know how much space we need here. So I'm just waiting for you to repeat a load. Okay. See if I got this right, I'm not sure. I'm gonna start the game, see what happens. Sweet. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, that's better. Okay, so obviously the cards are not face down, unfortunately, so I did something wrong. Let me check my if conditions. I'm drawing them all face up, so what's going on here? Oh, I'm using the banker indexes. Whoops, I copied and pasted it, that's why. So I'm going to change that to card orientation player. And I'm going to, I didn't even hit the brake, so I need to restart the program. Hopefully the player cards are face down. It's waiting for me to computer load. So that's when we're kind of dealing with the raising and setting. We need to look at, we have to compare card values when we're raising and setting. That'll be the next thing after we do with the deal state. We're just taking a few seconds. Okay, my session's not on screen, so I'm just waiting. Here we go, my deploy started. I'm going to drag it onto the screen. So. Okay. So what's next after the card face down thing? That's the dealing state, and then I still have to do the I still have to do the field cards, one face up, one face down. Okay, let's see what happens. Start game. Should come out. Strange. Very weird. Why did nothing show? Oh, hold it. Oh. Let me debug it. Is this with or without debugging? It's with debugging, okay. Very odd. Card edition. My draw loop's even broken. So yeah, there we go. So what's going on? The only thing that changed was my boolean check on my player cards orientation. So why is it that the banker card's not even going? Should soon find out. Oh, I haven't changed game state. Oh, whoops. I'm not changing the game state. How could... Maybe I didn't click the button properly. Wait, let me check that. Start game. Game state is assigned to card dealing. Make sure I actually click the button. I thought I clicked it. Maybe I didn't click the button properly. Oh, I'm still debugging. Okay, now I click the button. Let's see what's going on. So game state has gone to card dealing. Hopefully that's computed properly. So I'll just wait a few seconds. Anything? Super strange. Is it because of the static context? But the only thing I changed was... Wait, let me double check this. I didn't change the state. I changed my boolean list. Like, why is it still at main menu? Oh, hold on. Player 1 game state. That's so weird. Something's not correct here. I'm probably changing it back somewhere, but I don't understand how. So what I'll do, track it. You know what guys? Let me change what I changed before. I just want to see what happens. So what I changed was, where was my boolean list? I changed that to player from banker, and then like I broke something apparently. I don't know. How did that change like that? How did that affect what I was doing? It's probably not the case. It's probably something else. Wow, if this actually works now, I'll be so confused. I'm gonna hit start game. Yeah, something else is at play here. I'm resetting the game state. Well, the game state's not being tracked. One of the two. So I'm gonna put a break there and a break here. So obviously game state's at main menu still. Why am I setting that to main menu? I think it's because of the static context, but I've not had this issue before. How am I accessing that? How am I setting it? It's not because I'm in different threads, am I? Let me track it like this. break. Start game. I might be resetting it somewhere because of my original code. So now it's gone here. Event handlers. I think I know what's going on. So I think I understand. I've got to make sure that again, it's the draw logic going ahead of the event handlers. It's a really weird thing. So let me go back to this. I need this check above this because the cards are not generated. But is it showing us true? It shouldn't make a difference then. Let me keep stepping and see. It's false. Okay, that's just as I thought. So nothing draws. Okay, my event handlers, I'm going to step out of that. It's too long to wait. I'm going to go to line 131, I'm going to step out, hopefully I land on 131, and then draw, yeah, that's fine. Line 131, oh, I understand now, because the check, the game state went back to, the game state is not card dealing anymore. Super strange, why did the game state change? Game state? One game state. Strange. I think it's something to do with threading. What's it changing that? I'm only changing this here. I have to be careful with this. Let me see. Maybe I shouldn't be changing state in the context of the UI thread. Super strange, guys. So I know I have a workaround I could do. I think I can. I'm not going to invoke my game state change here. I have to be really careful how I approach this. Why don't I? I could resort to instantiation. I think it's because it's in a static context. Something is going wrong. So what I'm gonna do, let's see if this works, guys. Let's see if I can fix this. I'm going to instantiate the class and then use an instance of player one state and see if I can track that instance. Okay, let's go. That's constructor. Okay, that's fine. That's construction. I think I know what's going on. There's a chance that super obscure, guys. I don't know if it's the case, but because it's a static context and I'm instantiating, every time I access this, I'm instantiating a new player game state. Perhaps when I access it at static context, and I don't know, because at the constructor level, I set it to main menu. So maybe the program is always referring to this assignment from the constructor level because of this. Super weird. Let me see. That's why I'm going to use instantiations to just kind of like encapsulate the instance I need. Let's see if that works. Let me go to the draw loop. I'm just so intrigued because before I changed my list, my Boolean list, I rendered the cards, so I'm just a little bit confused there. Main page reference. Oops. So I'm going to leave a break here. So if this breaks at line 74, it means that the game state has successfully changed. I'll also follow what's going on at line 125 of my main page class. And I'm going to evaluate line 122. Interesting. So I'm just waiting for the UWP to load. Game is just loading now. Just make sure my game state is not, I'm not getting like static issues, like static versus instantiation issues. So I'm gonna attempt to start my game. Let's see. So I'm on line 125. So that's the button event. Let me just step through. So I've assigned game state to card dealing. I'm going to step out of my resources. It's all good. What's the game say? Card dealing, yeah. Sweetness. So I think I had instantiation issues, guys. So now that I've avoided the static context, I've homed in on the instance of the player state that I want. So I'm going to get rid of that, get rid of this. Now I can invoke my shuffling and such. So I'm going to go ahead and press continue. And now we're going to the rendering logic, the draw logic. So since this invoked, this line 74, it means I am on the correct state, which is quite good to see. So now our card generator should be true. So I'm going to go ahead and just continue and see what happens. Hopefully we have the correct rows of dealt cards. So we'll just need to catch up. Out of range exception, okay. Oh, I think I changed something. Let me double check that. I changed something. For the banker hand, index is out of range. Why didn't the banker's hand generate? Card change it to player. sure I'm populating this. I might have accidentally overwritten it or something. Oh, I see. I'm not even calling the function that populates the boolean, my boolean list. Oops, messed up. Where's this? I guess I'll use the constructor for this. So I'll go ahead and restart my program. Guys, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to just get some more tea, so I shall be right back, okay? Okay guys, I'm back. So I have my table rendered, well, kind of like the main menu state. So let's test things. Let's see if we have the dealer face up and the player face down. I'm not sure. Gonna find out. Sweetness, we did it. We did it, guys. So all the cards for the player are face down, all the cards for the dealer are face up. Sweetness. So now I just have to program the field cards in the same manner, respective to the cards. One face up, one face down. Set field cards. So there's two field cards. Well, I'm just adding twice. I don't need a loop for that. It's quite simple. It's probably better I use a loop though. It is probably better I use a loop. I could use a loop. I might change that later. But for now, let me get another boolean list for the field cards. Yeah, because technically, like, the field cards are like a separate hand in a way. So card orientation field. Got the list. So this is only two. So you know what, I'm gonna just do it again. I'm gonna just do this manually. So we let's see. The card on the left has to be false, I think. It doesn't really matter, but I want to do it one way. Let me see. My concept art. I haven't loaded Paint on that. I'm not going to load it because it's going to take some time. I can just about make out the picture there. So my face up card's actually on the left, and my face down card's on the right. Let's keep it that way. So it's going to be true, false. I'm going to do it this way. And one face down card. Awesome. Really set an agenda for what I'm doing. I haven't really written down an agenda. That's fine. For now, I'll do it for the next stream maybe. Okay, so I've got orientation set for my field cards. Now I'm going to render my field cards. I'm going to go back to my animate draw. I'm going to take this. My logic there that I already wrote. Okay, so I think I can use another for loop. Crazy how the pseudocode just comes out straight away. Field cards count. I don't want to use this code. I'm seeing something weird there. It's probably about the same as what I would do. Let me see. I can't read it all. Ideal session 0. Animated field cards. Index. Yep. Okay. I'm going to just use what I already wrote. But it's so fascinating how the code comes up like that. Just wanted to just evaluate that code over there. So I'm just going to do it this way. I don't need to do it twice because obviously I'm using a loop. I'm just going to read it. So how did I do this earlier? So asset 0, face down card. That's just hard coded for the red card. Face down card, asset 3. I guess I can use that because it's hard coded. That's 27. It's the same value. That should be 27 now. Yeah, of course, yeah. Oh goodness, I'm looking at the wrong place. So, that's it. This is why I need to be careful because obviously I've got to pertain towards my Boolean check. So I need to check for the Booleans. I need to check for the orientation. Before I just kind of like, even though I know what card should be face down, it's best I do things programmatically. So in the same vein as what I did earlier, I'm going to do a check. That has to change. That has to be concentration field. This is face up. So I'm going to take this. Change it to index. Make sure I update that. Go with that. So in my assets folder, basically, field card at index. So that's the randomized card. Otherwise, I draw a face down card. So let's see. Let me review the code. The AI generated suggestion before I actually accept this. So asset 0, face down, field card, asset blue. Yeah, that seems about right. That's good. Okay. Excellent. I should probably load this concept art so we can all have a look at the reference. Which one's a PNG, which one's a PTN? Let's print on that. PNG. So I'm gonna load this. So this QR code, in case anyone's wondering, is just from my my little D&D .NET developer mastermind forum and Telegram, just a small community of .NET developers in game dev. So if you want to join, scan the QR, because I'm going to load this picture of the concept art, so I'm going to get rid of this. If anyone was wondering what this QR code is for, just like a random QR code. It's for my Telegram group. Okay, so whoops, I just swapped out the picture so we can have a look at the concept art. I don't want to load paint on that. Oh, it's still there at the back. Oh, that's good, just another instance. Okay, so we're aiming for this kind of vibe. That should be face down at the beginning, so I'll just do that as an example. So it'd be so funny if we get all the card values the same as the concept art. That'd be luck, right? Okay, I'm gonna take a short break. Okay, I'm back, guys. Okay, so let's test the field cards. Let's test the scene again. So I'm gonna just minimize that one. I'm gonna run without debugging for speed. am I doing for time? Just over an hour, that's fine. So soon, probably going to go to the raise set state, where we're actually getting into the gameplay of the core gameplay loop itself. Goodness me. Okay. Let's start game. Okay, so there's one card that's rendered and one card's not. I think what's happening is that I'm drawing over the rendered card because I forgot to space it out. So I'm not in debug. I'm not running with debugging flags, so I'm gonna have to go back to the code. And I forgot to update the card position, I think. I'm gonna grab that. How was I doing it before? To a certain distance. Oh, okay. Oh, I'll just update it then, that's fine. So it's just the X position I need to really update, not really the Y position. Flip car face down position X. So I'm gonna post increment. I could post increment by the card with spacing, but I want it to be a bit wider than that. I like how it was spaced at the where the beginning card was. So maybe I'll times it by 6 or 7. The spacing, so it's like 7 card gaps, if that makes sense. So the field card was like somewhere here. So I'm gonna move it like somewhere around here. I want to kind of even out the feel of the cards. Spacing. What value spacing? That's about card width, isn't it? That's 10. Oh, it's just the margin. So card width times a certain value. So let's times it by. On the second card. Depends how it looks. I don't know. It's all trial and error here. Give this a try. And this is kind of cool. The cards are not too far away from each other. Maybe I can just roll with that. Then I have to make sure the cards in the middle. I kind of like how close they are. It makes more sense. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, I think I was a bit naive with that. Oh, okay, I see what I do wrong. So naive of me to do that. This is a post increment. Boy, that's super strange. Oh, that's what the reset values were for, isn't it? Might as well roll with this way of doing things. What's the original value? 700. Okay, so we've got the cards, they're just not spaced properly. So I'm going to shift the cards to the right. Or actually, the face up card is fine, face down card is not. They're both still kind of off. I should have checked that line. Yes. Oh, okay, I've actually got one. Field card face up position is already coded. I'm using values already set for the position, so I don't need to update anything because I'm not post incrementing. I think that's correct. So fuel card face down position works, fuel card face up position. Try this. Peterloo. I'm going to start the game. Hopefully we have the cards in the right place. It looks a lot better now. So now we have the player cards face down, we have the banker's cards face up, we have 2 field cards, 1 active and 1 face down. Now we could have a deck of cards graphics, like in the concept art. Where's it gone? There's a stack of cards here, which is just like the shuffled deck of just randomized cards, but for now we don't really need it. The card's just going to generate on the screen, so if anything I need to kind of work on the HUD. Okay, that looks quite good. So now that we've started the game, we need to start setting and raising. We need to deal with the raise and set function. So and the HUD should show what stage I'm at. So in a round, like there's gonna be 7 card reveals of the field cards, right? When you raise or set. So it'd be cool if the HUD will say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then the banker offers a turn, something like that. So maybe I'll work with XAML for that. So I'll cross that out. Otherwise, it's just a little bit hard if there's not enough feedback on the GUI. Then it's just quite difficult to know as a player what's actually going on. Right, so as soon as we've dealt the cards, as you can see, then it should be, and the game state should change. The game state should now change to the game state should change to raise set. So immediately after that, after all of this logic, then we're going to change the state of the game. So it's going to be card raise set. Okay. So now that we're in this state, we're going to call a different set of functions. We'll have a different set of constraints. Let me see. Is this public? Make sure that's public. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so it depends on the XAML as well. So I'm going to go to XAML because now I put the buttons for raise and set on the XAML. So I think I already created event handlers for those buttons, so I'm going to check. I'm pretty sure the event handlers for the raise set buttons are already created. Let's go back. Excuse me, guys. I'm not too tired. It's quite early in the UK now. It's not even 8 o'clock yet in the morning. What did I want to check? Oh yeah, my event handler. So I need to add implementation for setting and raising. It's gonna be quite simple. I'm gonna be referencing my update because I'm gonna deal with the game logic in the update loop. But it might not hurt if I update the update an indication to raise and set at you know, main page level. So let me see. I need a flag. Let's see if I have a flag or in, because there needs to be two states for if I choose set or raise. But then that state needs to be kind of like in a null state before I choose. It's like 3 states, like set, raise, and no decision yet. So I might use an int value for that instead of a boolean value. Because if I haven't set, then I raised. But there's also a state where I haven't chosen yet. But the thing is, I don't want to set that value to null, because like setting variables to null can be a bit like tricky sometimes. You know, like null exceptions and stuff. I don't want to trip up null exceptions on accident. So I'd rather just use like an int. Carving game mechanic numbers. So over here, private, and I think that public. Public int. Raise set. Say all weight equals to 0. Oh, even the comment knows. That's so cool. So 0 to weight, 1 to raise, 2 to set. I love how my code. I like how my code knows. I like the AI. I'm using Copilot, so it's kind of interesting. I think it's interesting at least. Not everyone might agree, but it's quite cool. The fact that, you know, Copilot AI can like deduce what I want, take a guess at least. This is a guess, a good estimated guess. Alright, anyway, let's get back to things. So raise, set, or weight. Let me go back. This chair's too loud. Alright, so first things first, animated update. So when we hit set, we want number 2. And when I raise for some reason, animate update, I wrote it wrong. Raise, set, or weight, it's assigned to 2. For setting, for raising, it'll be 1, and obviously when we wait, it's going to revert back to 0 default. So now that we've allocated the raising or setting, in my draw loop, in my update loop, I can evaluate for the value of raise, set, or weight. Not much in my update loop right now, so I'll get started. So first we want to check for game state. Do I have a main page reference? Indeed I do. So main page reference. Main page reference. Animated update. Oh no, what am I talking about? Oh, I meant game state. So game state. Is equal to card raise set. I'm in the right state, so make sure I'm within the constraint of my card raise set. Man, I wish this chair wouldn't be so loud. And I check, have I as a player, have I selected to raise or set? So this is, let's check for raise first, why not? Goodness me, alright. Let's check the value of the cards at play. think the active card is on the left. Is the active card on the right or the left? I think the active card's on the right. Can't remember how to do it. Make sure I'm guessing the correct card, not the face up card. I mean, you'll know then. I mean, you'll know if the face down card was visible. The face down card needs to be guessed. I even got. Oh, is that how I was going to do it? Oh, okay, I see. I was going to call raise and set here. I'll see how it goes. I'll leave these here for now. I probably don't need these functions anymore. I don't see it. I'm going to okay, of course. So interesting. The comment is not that accurate, but it's like my program AI, like Copilot AI, is trying to guess what the game is about, because the AI comment is check if the program should check if the player has enough funds to raise like a bet, basically. It's not quite what the game's trying to do, but it's interesting that AI is trying to guess that just by looking at the code. It's kind of interesting though. Well, I'm not going to take that. How can I word a raise in the set? I'm going to do the if check. Okay. So the first card is the visible card. The second card is not visible. Okay. So I'm guessing what the second card is. Because the visible card is like Ace of Spades, and under the non-visible card, the face down card, I have to guess if it's a raise or set. What was the first card? Looks like one. Oh, got it. What, is that a breathing? Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Now here's where I need to do the logic of checking the card values. So this is a raise check, right? Yeah, okay. Raise, so raise check is when the visible card, the non-visible card is greater than the visible card, right? So I'm going to change it to 0. But I need to just be careful with the values because obviously I've got the suits to take into account. So I'm going to proceed a little bit slowly. I'm going to proceed with some caution here. How many cards are in a field's deck? in the field's hand. Should be like 7 there. Oh, it's like 16. Okay, fine. I'm trying to use for loop. See how I'm getting confused. Because now it's like things are getting out of hand here. No pun intended. Because I could change the number of cards I'm generating. I need to be a little careful. Okay, I see. Now I'm gonna leave that as it is for now. Maybe not break what's working. Let me just see how it goes. It's the index of the actual code. Make sure I do this correctly. I need a little bit of debugging to clarify some things, but then that means that I have to keep generating new field cards every step. I have to be careful with that, because I'm only loading 2 field cards. Yeah, I could do it like that. This means I have to call my RNG all the time, but I don't know if that's a good idea. Let me roll with it for now and see how I can do this. I could just call RNGs on the fly. I'm not sure about that though. So field card 0 could be any of these cards up to 25, the way I did it. So these 2 cards don't count. But we're looking at values, but we can see from this illustration here, each value correlates to a card's graphic, what the card graphic portrays. So we want what the card graphic portrays. So the way to do that is the index plus 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2, 9 plus 1 is 10, that's how we're going to calculate it. And we're going to modulo here at 12 plus 1 modulo 13. But we need to wrap around to this value. Oh no, that's the one. Yeah, so that should work. I think I could make this work. I don't know if this is going to work. So the value, say that the value is 12, this value, I need to use a loop for this. Do I need to use it? Let me see. Oh, I didn't really see. And the other thing is that I haven't used modulo in a while, so I might be getting this wrong. Face down comment, greater, and face up comment, modulo 13. So the face up card might be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But then the face up card could be 13, 14, 15, 16 to 25. And that's where the wraparound comes at 13. So I'm wrapping around from 13 and to here. So 0 becomes 13 technically. 1 correlates to this card, such and so forth. I'm not sure if I've done this right. I need to check it. So what I'll do, if a call out is successful, if my logic is right, I'll keep the number magic for now. So I might need to change it to 12, I'm not sure. So I'm gonna raise call out is correct. So what I want to do is obviously the player needs to get some cash. So I'm gonna have a value for cash. I'm gonna keep it here. I'll let cash make it value. Tablet's low battery, so I might not be able to check the stream as often like the chat. Thanks a lot, Tech Sans. I really appreciate that. Thank you. What was I writing? I already forgot now. What was that? Oh yeah, the cash. So I'm going to make things simple. I'm going to have the cash value here. I'm going to default 1,000. I don't know how AI knew it was supposed to be 1,000. The scary thing is that I wrote 1,000 in my notepad, and it knew that cash has to be 1,000. Like, did it look at this? That's scary. Like, anyway, I don't know. Yeah, this is not AI stream per se. So cash defaults at 1,000 cash. So I'm gonna make it very simple. So cash post increment by a certain amount. I think 100 is fair. So but then if my cash if my raise call out is incorrect, then I'm gonna lose cash. but it's not particularly. I'm gonna lose more than I'd get. I could do it like that. I could keep it even. But I don't know. It's an interesting incentive to lose the penalty. Like if I incur a penalty that's stronger than how much money I gain, there's more incentive for me to win than to incur losses. Of course, and I think that's quite interesting. So I'm going to say like it's quite aggressive, but like minus 400 cash for now, because I can also incentivize people to double or nothing at the turn stage, where you can really make a lot of cash. Again, this game is so luck based. It's so luck based, and I don't know how I feel about that, but right now, just to build the mechanics, and maybe I can incorporate some kind of skill to this as well. It's 200 cash. Alright, so sweetness. Okay, I need to fix the HUD. So before I even program my setting, which is quite simple, just reverse this from greater than to. I'm going to compare these two values with the opposite operator. I'm going to just fix my HUD so I can show the cache. So I'm going to go to my XAML. I'm going to put an extra cache HUD. So text block. That's the clock one. I'm going to get another one. Clock's going to be at the bottom. And it's going to be defaulting up. It's going to just be like nothing for now. That's going to update once you start the game. Well, actually, maybe you say cache and then I have the amount. Actually, no, I'm just going to have amount for now. Maybe I'll have another text box for the cache. Or I'll have like an icon, like a cache icon, like a $ sign or something. This way I can use toString a little bit more easily. Right. So when I start a game, as soon as we start dealing, we wanna put some cash on the table. So I'm gonna at least the cash is already 1,000. So I'm gonna update my text box. My battery's low on my camera, so I'm going to probably turn off my camera and just start coding without my camera. Because I want to charge my phone for the day, but I don't want to stop the stream just yet. Animated update. I don't want to charge my battery while I'm actually streaming, because I don't want to burn my battery out. Okay guys, I'm going to turn off my camera for now. OBS will work with me. Okay, should hopefully still be able to hear me. Phone's very weird right now. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I just had to deal with my camera because the battery's low on my phone. Alright. Where am I? I'm going to test the HUD, see if my cache updates. I'm going to test my raise function, so I'm going to start my program. Ooh, just hit 2 hours. Okay, so I'm just waiting for UWP to load. Alright, so I'm going to start my game, see what happens. Well, I can't see the HUD starters. Nothing is showing. Press the button properly. I'll get an exception. These are the card values. So how can we get an index out range exception? I need to deal with this one here. This shouldn't be here. Okay, it's fine for now. Oh, I think I get it. It's the value there. Value's 19. So 19. That's it. 19 should be this graphic. Should be loading 7 o'clock somewhere. Strange I don't index out of range. Where is it out of range? 650. I'm going to need to implement a try catch as well. I'm getting a very obscure exception. Big try catch for now. I shouldn't really have smaller elements of try catches, but I'm going to make it a big one for now. Oh, the cards came up. Oh, what happened? They flashed on the screen. Maybe it's the position values. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I should have checked the position values. Post increment is really suspicious. But I am resetting the position, so I don't think my cards are flying off screen. Maybe. But then maybe it's also because of the set check. So because the logic I wrote the raise logic. Is there anything pertaining towards my draw logic here? If raise, maybe I need to check that. Let's see why I'm potentially not drawing things. I think I know why. So I've gone out of the card dealing state, and I'm in raise set, but I have no draw logic for raise set. So I broke my state machine. I don't think I'm not really adding a good implementation to fix what's going on, but I'm going to do things like this. Because raise set could have a whole different set of draw parameters, but I'm assuming the same for raise set and card dealing, which so far is fine, but things might break later if I'm not careful. So I hit continue, see what happens. Now I've got the cards back. Okay, so and the HUD is not showing the value, like my score, my cash score. Make sure my exam was okay. I have to make sure I reset this back to 0. Oops, did that wrong. I have to check my modular logic. So reset is equal to 1. if my current field card, which is valued at 8, oh my gosh, they're exactly the same. Ah. I mean, I was gonna round up, so that should count as a raise. So I guess I should say greater than or equal to. So field card 1, modulo 13. So what's the value? 8. Yeah, it makes sense. It tends to the same number because there's no remainder. So I should raise the cash. There we go. I need to update my visual as well. So I'm gonna keep stepping. Raise or set. Raise, set, or weight has gone back to 0. Invalidate my control. See if I can go back to my main page. No, okay, cool. I want to observe the space of my boxes. Maybe 400 is a bit too aggressive. Try 40. Hey guys, I'm just loading UWP. Here we go, got the boxes. Are they text boxes or text blocks? It meant to be text blocks. I wrote text box as a text block, because obviously you can edit this. That's not what I want. Whoops, I messed up. So I'll change that control later. So that's 1,000. I'm gonna hit raise, I'm gonna guess. So what's the value of the cards? Why? The randomizer is a bit strange. I'm getting the same value for the cards. Probably because of the randomizer has a weird, like the seeding of the randomizer is like too similar to each other. So I'm just getting like same values here, which is not the best. Check how I'm populating that. So that should be 18. That's why. But they're still the same value. That is so insane. Okay, I think I see what's going on. Should be 16 to 17. Full call. Yes. 16. 17 happens to be 17. use a loop for this because I'm getting weird behavior. Just to be safe side. I want to use this value. Well, I'm going to assign the value, so I'll use index. That's 16 index. It's less than 17. Actually, it has to be 18 for now. So this starts at 16, pop it there, hit add, so I don't need this line. Cache increase, cache penalty, reset my race set indication, and I'm going to update my visual as well. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to use a property, because with property I can add functionality to update my visual in a sense. I'll try and explain it as I go, so let me get started. So every time we, let me see that. I don't like it like this. I like when the brackets are like in a row, different rows, different row colors. So every time we make this assignment, I want to also update the visual. I'm going to put some functionality here. Ooh, this one. Try that. Oh, it went away. It even knew. It's very intriguing. My program even knew there should be a text block and assumed that I want a text block, not a text box. This is a little scary. I'm a little scared of the studio. So that should be a text block rather. That should also be a text block. should be text block. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Okay. At this point, I also want to reveal the card, the face down card, as a face up card, so we know what's going on at player level. Let me see. Get this right. So I update the back end. I'm gonna update the visual. So I'm gonna use an indication for that. Zero. Let me see. Sorry guys, just a little bit slow. I need to prep myself up a little bit. Prep myself up. Been up since early. So what's the case? Draw face down field cards if orientation is false. I knew that was going to happen. Okay, I thought this might be an issue. So that's fine. So just access this the other way around. what, it's better as a function. I don't need the indication. I just change the boolean straight away. It's fine. I'm not sure if this is correct. I think it's fine. I need a dispatcher timer as well for the clock. I'm just waiting for you to repeat it. Oh, is that today? Oh, I see. Uh, oh, whoops! I got that completely wrong. Oh, so I can't use colon. Or maybe I can, but I just broke my convention. Okay, guys, I'm gonna take a quick break. Then I might wrap up the stream soon, so I shall be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. Probably not going to be here for too long in terms of the stream for this episode. Going to start wrapping up as well. What are we doing for time? 2.5 hours, not too bad. I can feel my pace slowing down. Okay, so, oh, we've got an error. I can't see the face down card. I have to fix it. I broke something there. So let's try and raise and see what happens. And so something's up with my update and my draw logic. Oh wait, does the raise? Did I set it? I think I did. I did update the raise event handler, right? And update. Ah, I see. Okay. So if one, so much of that. So I should activate my logic and did not. So I'm gonna try and catch my break point. There we go. So we've got 13, so we've got, so the raise is correct. Let me just check the value of the card. Oh, they're both identical. I need to fix that. I need to fix what's going on there. I think it could be the RNG seeding is not correct. Oh, I see, so I'm setting that to 0 already. Card orientation is true. So, look at my draw logic. I see. But what happened to that face down card? It's severe. Line 116. Both true, so both cards are face up. I must have my parameters wrong for one of these. What's the explain? Oh, it's off screen, I think. Am I resetting it somewhere? Am I incrementing that value somehow? Field card face up, position Y. I'm getting an exception. What's the default? 1140, okay, that's fine. Oh, I understand. I'm drawing over the card, I think. that's fine. And obviously the default face down. Not sure if I fix my drawing object. Okay, looks about right. The only concern is that these are the same cards all the time. I have to check the seeding value. Maybe I have to put a timer between them so the seed can have enough time to update or something. I'm not sure. Don't have an issue up here. Make sure I'm doing this. I'm generating the cards properly. So I'm gonna test this again. I'm gonna test my logic. I'm gonna have set. I'm gonna program set quickly. Okay. Oh, hold it. I want to do it wrong. Oh, that's fine. That's actually correct. So, yeah, it's for a set call out. If I'm calling out if I'm, calling set. So if the value of the card is less than if the face down card happens to be less than the face up card, then my set is correct. So there's a payout. Otherwise, there's a penalty. Same amount. Right. Again, just ignoring the fact these are the same cards. I have to make sure I'm randomly generating these cards properly. So I'm gonna, oh, this does get tense. So I'm gonna set, oh yeah, of course I didn't update the visual yet, so I don't know if I got it right or wrong. Plus, I shouldn't be revealing the card. What am I doing setting a card that's the same value? I can see the value, but that's fine. Fix that. So the issues in my draw logic somewhere as well. Card orientation field should be false by default. Card orientation. Oh, the second one is always true, so I'm using the wrong index. Should be 0 because I'm referring to the card that's always face up, which you have to see. Okay, let me check. Let me deal with the RNG. What's going on with the field RNG? So, general hand. Where am I populating? So I'm dealing a hand to the banker, dealing a hand to the player. Hand count, player hand index. Index, field card. Field card index, which is 16, I think? Yeah. Less than 18. Field cards are general hand. Maybe I'm not incrementing that. Oh, I see. Should be an index. Because index is incrementing, but that's why. Okay. Stretching. All right. Let's start the game. Yeah, that's fine. Take that off. It's still the same, man. What's going on? And it's not even it's showing the card. I get that. I need to look at what's going on there. All the other cards are normally RNG for the other cards. So why is the field card different? Maybe this is wrong. I'm gonna check this. 16 and 17 is 1 and 11. So that's 1 and 11. My goodness. So it should be 2 of hearts and Queen of hearts, I think. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to continue my program. Queen of hearts and Queen of hearts. So it's my draw logic. Somewhere my draw logic is wrong. Let me see. Field cards. Oh, I'm drawing it twice. Oops. Let me try that. I have to restart the program because I didn't debug. I was getting so confused as to why I'm getting duplicate cards. But I'm still showing that card face up. If false. Oh, if true. Draw them. Otherwise, I use the card asset graphic. I might still be doing that wrong. Now that's funny. I'm getting 2 jacks, but they're different suits, so it's a bit lucky. I got 10 and 23, so we're not getting duplicate cards, but they are like quite similar. But that should be face down. One of these jacks should be face down, so let's see what's going on there. Go to my anime draw. I guess I'm hitting this bit. I'm doing that wrong. Funny thing is they're both true. Why is it both true? Did I hit raise already? I don't think so. Oh, it's because I'm out of scope. I'm out of scope, and so I'm always revealing the card. Whoops. So I should only reveal under certain conditions my card. After a raise has been called out, so over here, or after a set has been called out, so over here. Raise over is still 0, so I'm still in a waiting state. Okay, so I've reset it. Okay, that actually resets. But since it's already, the default value has changed, so I'm going to have to reset the program now. But then I should also be resetting the face down card. Whoops. First I'll do the reveal, then I need some kind of like, either a button to proceed to the next step, or automatically the cards should like shuffle again or something like that. I think automatically is better. Let's stop there. False. So number one is false. But when I get to the logic. So I'm drawing the field cards. I need to make sure I'm drawing the card down animation. Set to true. Why am I changing this value? Let me check. Maybe I put it in the wrong place. Raise button click. Did I hit raise already? Let me try and start a new game and see what happens. Razor rate is set to 0. Razor rate still 0 because I haven't clicked raise or set. So now I'm going to update when I get rid of my breakpoint. And then analyze my animated draw. Still true false, I'm not sure why. I'm not setting my card to true automatically. Calling this control. Shouldn't be if raise settle weight is 0. Ah, of course. Ah, silly me. Of this. set card orientation is completely wrong. Bankrupt. Oh, so, yeah, I see what I do wrong. Really well. Wait, that's card orientation. Banker. Up. This is set card orientation. Player, banker, field. Alright. Something isn't right. There should be one face up and one face down. That's correct. Oh, okay, I get what I did wrong. Wrong card. That's better. Now I have to guess if this card is higher or lower than this card. And there's still a chance that it could be a lower card. What am I saying? No, there can only be a higher card. You can't go lower than ace, and the suits are all the same. So, you know, I'll obviously raise. Let's see if this works. And of course, it's a 4, so 4 parts. So I got it correct, but the visual is not updating for my score. So it's cool because, that's why solitaire works the way it does. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so anytime you have an ace, you know you can go in ascending order. You can, get an ascending card. So that's kind of a good edge. The banker, like, as a player, I have an edge that if I get a random ace, I can only raise and win. So that's kind of interesting to know. I want to update my score. My score is updated, I believe. Just the visual's not updating. And because of the protection level, I need to access my score from my XAML out towards my score. Interesting. Or I have to use binding. I don't want to use XAML binding. So I could implement a dispatcher timer, which I will need anyway for the main clock. And I need to update. Dispatcher timer. Is on the system threading, I'm not sure. of my function to my event delegate, which I think is just object. Whew. Right. It's a strange one. Score. Oh man, I need to make my game look more exciting. My game does not look exciting. I need like dopamine rush, animations, and like sound effects. Speaking of sound effects, I have this door. By door, I'm not talking about like doors that you open. DAW, Digital Audio Workstation. I was thinking of doing some sound design stuff in this live stream, but I'm not too sure. For like sound effects. I have some code for audio dispatching. Over here. And sorry guys, I haven't been checking the live chat, so I don't know if there's any comments yet. I shall have to check, but I may close the stream soon, since we're over 3 hours now. So, got some audio dispatching stuff here, initializing audio kind of thing here as well. Which I'm probably going to use this code later, so that I can play around audio. Okay, so I want to disable the start game button once you hit start game. So you don't just like shuffle anytime you want. Let's see if I can just like reference my button. Nah. I forgot. This one. I'll just say after every 7 set, because I'm so much terminology. I'm just gonna say rounds for every turn. Not I'm trying not to say turn. every time I do a race set, when I race set 7 times, then it's the end of a round after an offer for a turn. So I'm gonna say round count. I guess it'd be confusing. See, I shouldn't use the word set. It's gonna get super confusing. So I know what round I'm on. So there's 7 rounds, then there's a turn, and the rounds continue. So maybe I'll do it so it's like 2 sets of rounds or something. I don't know. I'm just really making this game as I go along. So as soon as I hit start game, I'm on round 1. So I'm going to increment round 1. Round text block. Oh, actually, you have to update the round as well. Initialize my round 1. So after each set or raise, I automatically go to the next round. For the dispatcher time, I can deal with the timing between rounds. For now, I'm just going to do it straight away. Someone could technically just spam for this game. You could just spam raise and set real quick without thinking about anything. But there is a tiny element of luck. I mean, if you set when you got an ace, then you've just lost, because it's like you're only supposed you're supposed to raise at an ace. So I guess there's a little bit of like skillful luck. Let me test the game. I need to make the text a bit bigger. Let me see if I can look at the chat. Use my secondary screen. Actually, no, I can use my phone. My phone's charging just here. Hey there, Ashish. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. Ashish. Hey there, good to see you. to load. I might wrap up the stream soon. Time is ticking, and you know, I can't be here all day. But with this challenge, I only want to code the game on stream. I don't want to code off stream because it's a coding challenge. So like a stream challenge. So that's why I like to get the most out of the streams. I make them long streams for this for my coding challenge videos. So I'm on round 1, 1,000 cash. Queen of clubs. I'm gonna set. I think I've got a lesser card, and I'm correct. So I'm. My round didn't increment. I should get that right. And I want the cash to increase as well. I guess that's what my clock is for. But I didn't start the clock, I forgot to start the clock. My dispatcher timer's not ticking. Set the interval. Time span. Maybe like milliseconds, I guess. Every 100 milliseconds I update. So make it quick. Start my clock. So at every tick of my program clock, I should be updating my score, like the visual for my score. And I guess I can update the RAM visual as well. Start using EP3 now. Program just loading up. try catch that. I haven't initialized anything like my score values and such. Should be using if conditions though. So round one, cash 1,000. I'm gonna raise. Got it right, because 6 of clubs is higher than 2 of clubs. This game doesn't take skill. So funny. And I have to RNG the next set. I haven't done that. Otherwise I just keep raising. I keep getting it right. Obviously I lost money though. Okay guys, I'm going to leave it here for now. I added some functionality, didn't get to the sound whatsoever, which is fine. But I'm kind of happy with the progress so far. Put the raise functionality in, so on the next stream I'm going to add the RNG stuff again to continue shuffling the face down card. Hopefully we can maybe, if we can get the core functionality underway, maybe we can add some fun animations later down the line, and then look at sound. So thanks for tuning in guys, I really appreciate all your viewership, and I bid you all a great rest of your day. So thanks very much. I'm gonna sign out to the stream once my browser catches up with me. My browser's a little bit slow. So I'll have a quick look at the live chat, see if there's anything new. Otherwise I'm gonna sign out. So just waiting for YouTube Studio to load. Excellent. Thanks guys, have a good day, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of your week also. Catch you in the next stream guys, bye.